welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So today I'm going to be chatting to you about my plans for October, and I haven't done one of these vlogs for a couple of months actually. A lot been going on, shall we say, and yeah, I've finally got around to thinking ahead a little bit and thinking about what I need in my wardrobe and what I want to sew up next. So I thought I would chat to you a little bit about that today. So we'll get straight into it. I have written down in my gorgeous diary from Adam Sews a list of things. So there isn't a lot, to be honest, because I've got a fair bit going off in October, and obviously I'm still really mindful of my health and recovery, etc., and thinking about, you know, bearing that in mind, that I don't want to overface myself, she says. So I've only got a few things on my list, but we'll start with the first one, and that is the Ella dress by Silversaga patterns. Now, I don't know if you've heard of them before. The designer is called Jessica Silversaga, and yeah, it came up on my radar a couple of weeks ago actually. I'd seen this dress and thought, wow, it's amazing. It's really different, not something I've seen before, and I just fell in love with it. So I have brought the pattern. I've had it printed off on AO already at the copy shop. This is the dress here. So what you've got is, it's a dress that's designed for woven fabrics, and it comes in sizes 34 to 48, so it's quite inclusive. You've got options for sleeves. You've got like a bishop sleeve, or you've got a short puff sleeve, and it's got a zip in the back. It's got like a gathered neckline into a sort of tie detail, big billowing skirt, and yeah, it's really, really pretty. So I am going to make this up in a toile first, and the fabric that I've chosen for my toile is actually one that I'd decided I was going to destash, and I've pulled it off the destash pile because I'm going to use this to toile this pattern first, mainly because I've not sewn anything from this designer before, and I really think I don't want to cut into 4 meters of a really nice fabric, really expensive fabric should I say, and then find the sizing isn't quite right, or I need to tweak it. So I'm going to use this, which is an inexpensive crepe that's been in my stash a long time. I think I got this from the textile centre a few years ago, and I've got 5 meters of it here, so I've got a bit to play with if I need to do any adjustments to this pattern. It's on a black base, it's got no stretch to it, just a plain crepe, as I say, but I like this. I think actually, you know, it's got quite boho vibes to it and will work with that pattern quite well for this time of year. So I'm going to make the long sleeve version. Let me just grab it again. Yeah, I want to make this version here, the long sleeve version, and I'm not sure if I need to make any adjustments to this pattern yet, because I don't know what height she drafts for or anything. I haven't looked in detail at the instructions. I know if any of you follow Rosary Apparel, who is quite a big sewing vlogger from Tasmania, she has done a sew along to this, and I watched it yesterday, and it's really got me itching to get this made up. I have got my very first sewing social on Sunday, and I'd really like to have this made for then, but we will see. We'll see how I get on, because my energy levels are just like this at the minute. And yeah, we'll make a start on it definitely, but I'm not making any promises that I will get this finished to be able to wear it on Sunday, but it would be nice. So that is plan number 1. The next plan I have is a shirt blouse. I have been after a really nice pattern for a shirt that I can wear casually for quite some time, and I've been looking at lots of things that are out there, and nothing has really been singing to me, shall we say. There are lots that are very, you know, the kind of thing you'd find ready to wear, and nothing was really sort of speaking to me. And then I stumbled across this pattern by Atelier Brunette. I'll put a picture of it here. It is called La Chemise. I mean, what else would it be called? And when I got this fabric from my Beyond the Pink Door box this month, box 20, this gorgeous white sort of, you can see the lurex in that there, look. This white striped cotton. I immediately thought this would just be perfect for that pattern. This has been pre-washed now, hence all the creases, etc. But I am going to make this into that pattern. So if I show you the line drawings here, you can see it's got this sort of diagonal yoke at the front, and it's got these, you know, it's got a grown on sleeve, and it's an oversized shirt, and I really like it. I just think it's really different to anything that I've sort of seen in ready to wear or even elsewhere in the pattern community. I haven't actually made an Atelier Brunette pattern before, so I'm interested to see how this works out, but it looks fairly, you know, fairly straightforward for a shirt, I would say. And the instructions do come in English because I've printed them out. They are in English and French, which of course they're going to be. But yeah, really excited to have a go at this. I've got 2.5 meters of this white fabric, and we all need, you know, lots of us. A white classic shirt is always going to be really useful, isn't it? So I think something like this I can wear with jeans, which I think will look really nice and casual, but also I could dress it up as well if I wanted to, you know, wearing it a bit more smartly. So that's plan number 2. And then the final plan for myself, yep, only 3 things this month. Well, 3.5-ish. I'll tell you about the half in a second. But the final plan for me this month is a new pattern that I saw on Instagram a few days ago, and I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. But again, it's by a designer that I'd not heard of before, and this is where you're going to all laugh at me because I'm going to struggle to pronounce it. But it is Poesis Couture. Did I say that right? Let me get the pattern and I'll show you. So this is the pattern here. It's this beautiful shirt with a collar that ties, I believe. Yeah, it's got a little tie detail at the top here. It's got these gorgeous sleeves that have a little bit of cinching in and a ruffle cuff, and then it's got a tie around the waist, button front as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. It comes in UK sizes 4 to 20, which is not the most inclusive. You know, I do think a lot of these European designers really need to up their game with size inclusivity, because they're just not getting it, are they? Let's face it. But I can fit into this size range, so I really like it. I just think it's beautiful. So I bought this pattern, and I'm using Stash fabric for all of these makes this month, you will be pleased to hear. And the fabric that I've chosen, I wanted to do this in something a little bit sort of romantic, ditzy, and I don't generally go for ditzy prints, but I just thought something that's going to look a bit more, yeah, girly. So I found this in my stash, which is lovely. And I know it's probably, you probably think it's a bit sort of spring summerish. I don't know. A lot of these sorts of fabrics that I've got in my stash are very spring summerish rather than, you know, for this time of year. But I really like this. I thought it would work really well for that blouse. I may look at putting the trim around the collar. I don't know. I don't know whether it's might just be a bit too much for me, but we'll see. If I can find something in my stash, I'm not going to buy anything, but I do have, you know, in my little hobby store somewhere, I've got lots of bits of ribbon and trims and things. So if I can find something that might be sort of quite understated and work well with it, then I will use it, but we'll see. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to make that. And again, it's just to wear with jeans and trousers, but just instead of just wearing a t-shirt, just something a little bit more elevated, which I think will look really nice. And I think I can, you know, get away with this for this time of year, because it doesn't matter, does it? We shouldn't be restricted on colours and patterns just because of the time of year. So yeah, I am looking forward to making that one. Again, I have printed the instructions out and they are in English, which is great, but I haven't made any of their patterns before either. So I will let you know, watch this space. So the half then, they're the 3 main projects. The half projects that I'm going to do for myself is finishing off my Zadie jumpsuit. If you remember, if you watched one of my other vlogs from last week, I mentioned that I'd cut a Zadie out and it's still cut out. I haven't actually started sewing that up yet, but I plan to get that sewn up so that I can wear it and I want to get that finished this month. So that's the final plan for me. And then I'm going to move on to a couple of things that I want to make for Layla. Now, up to press, I've not really made much for Layla because she's really petite and she's not growing into the standard sizes that are meant for her age, if that makes sense. So she is just over 6 months now, but she's only just going into the 3 to 6 month age range. So yeah, it's sort of put me off a bit making things for her because we've sort of wanted to wait and see how she grows. She's growing and developing really fine. You know, she's following the centiles on the centile charts, etc., as she should be. She's just really petite. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to make her a few bits and pieces because Bronte is really short on age 6 to 9 month clothes, and she's asked for some more little leggings. So I have got a couple of patterns that I thought I could make her like a little dress with matching leggings, and then she can either wear them together or she can wear them as separates. It's up to her. So let me show you the pattern for the leggings that I've chosen is the Waves and Wild lightning leggings. I think it's a free pattern, but I'm not 100% sure, but as always I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. And the dress pattern that I'm going to make for her is this one. It's the Puperita Dotty dress, which is just a really simple jersey dress with a neckband, grown on sleeve and a gathered skirt. And I have been sort of considering whether to make it like a peplum to wear with leggings, or whether I would probably just be better off just making it as a dress, and then she can wear it with leggings if she wants to. So this comes in age birth to 10 years, as it says there, and I have made it before. You can make it with long sleeves as well, but I think she wants me to do this 6 to 9 months. Then we're looking at next summer really when she's going to be able to wear these. So I think I will do the short sleeves because I think that will probably be more versatile. She can always put a little cardigan over her. So the fabrics that I have pulled out of the Layla stash are these two, and they're both from First for Fabrics. I think this is the first one, which I got the last time I went up to Sotoon a couple of months back. So it's just gorgeous. It's just a beautiful cotton jersey with rainbows and butterflies, etc. And I just think that's really lovely. And I've got enough here to make the dress and leggings. I'm going to make her a set in that. And then the other one I got is this one, which is a lilac base. I think, is this a cotton jersey as well? Yeah, this is another cotton jersey. It's like a dusky pinky lilac sort of base with these gorgeous little upside down rainbows, leopard rainbows. There we go, look. And leaves and stars. It's really cute, isn't it? So yeah, those are the two jerseys that I've chosen to make the dress and leggings from for her. And then the final thing that I'm going to make sewing wise for Layla is a coat, and that I'm going to make to fit her sort of now through winter, because the coats that she's got are either far too big because we bought the sort of 6 to 9 months for this time of year, which of course she just is too small for them, and she's got ones that fit her when she was a younger baby and are getting a bit too small now. So I've got this pattern which I have actually made before for my niece's daughter a few years ago, and it's a really lovely pattern. It's another Puperita pattern. That's a bit of a mouthful to say, and it is the Dot Pop jacket. Again, this is for children birth to 6 years. It's this one here, and I really love this because it's like a traditional style Peter Pan collared jacket with a button fastening, but it's also got a removable hood on it as well. It's a really straightforward make. It is fully lined, and yeah, it's like a rain, you know, it can be a jacket or a raincoat, double breasted. It's got pockets. I mean, which little girl doesn't want pockets? Yeah, oh, it says it's got an Eton collar, a rounded Eton collar, whatever one of those is. I've not heard that before. And then, yeah, detachable hood for rainy days. So the fabric that I have got for this coat, and I've already traced off the size for her. I've got this soft shell, which is just beautiful, isn't it? I got this from Pound Fabrics. It wasn't expensive, and it's got like a soft shell sort of outer, and then it's got a fleece lining, but obviously this coat is fully lined. So the lining that I've got for it, which was also from Pound Fabrics, is this one, which has got little ballerinas on. Look, it's so pretty. Just a plain cotton. I think those two go together quite well. The colour schemes are more or less the same. So yeah, I'm going to make that for my granddaughter, and yeah, that's going to be sort of my second project, I think, after finishing the dress, because I want to get that dress done for me, and then yeah, I'm going to get that cut out and made up for Layla. Really excited to make that dress again, because that coat again, because it's a really, really lovely pattern. And then that is all my sewing plans, which is plenty for me to be getting on with this month, I think, and I will be quite shocked if I get them all done, if I'm honest, because as I say, my energy levels are a bit all over the place at the moment. There is a knitting project I want to do, and I've started thinking about knitting again because of the time of year. I tend to like to knit this time of year, and also when I haven't got the energy to come into my sewing room to sit and sew, then I can pick up some knitting to do, can't I, instead of just watching TV. I'm so bored of watching TV. So obviously we're in October and Halloween is coming up, isn't it? And I thought it would be a really cute idea to make Layla a little pumpkin hat. And yeah, this just popped up when I was searching for pumpkin hats yesterday. Look at that. How gorgeous is it? So this is actually a pattern that is designed for sizes 0 to 8 years. So she's going to have one of these every year until she gets older. That's all I'm saying. But I just think that is the cutest little thing. And yeah, it looks like a very straightforward pattern. It's just one page of instruction. I've ordered the yarn already because despite all the yarn I've got, I haven't got any orange yarn. It's just knitting, double knitting. So I'm going to make that for her. I just think it's the cutest thing. Yeah, and I think that'll be lovely for her as well. And at least it's something that if I'm not up to sewing, I can sit on the sofa and do a little bit of knitting instead. That would be really nice. So that is it, if I'm honest. That's everything that I have got on my plans for October. So let me know down in the comments what you think. There are, you know, most of these things I haven't done before. The new patterns, and probably patterns that you guys maybe have, and probably things that you guys haven't really seen either. So I'm excited to do something a bit different. I'm really looking forward to that. Right. Yeah. So let me know what you think, and I will be back with you really soon. Take care. Bye.